Hey everybody, welcome to Stream Pro 365. I'm Jerry, also known as Grandpa Techno Geek, and I'm here to talk to you today about a beginner's guide for Audacity. I keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, so I thought I probably ought to make a tutorial so y'all can use the thing that I keep recommending to you. So here we go. What we're going to do today is I'm going to show you where to download it. I've got a page marked in the comments below with a link to get the download on a page with instructions. Then we're going to go over the initial setup on your machine. Then we're going to walk through the recording process. And then we're going to show you how to save your recording as an MP3 or WAV for your podcast host and show you how to save your project. So you have the raw files that you can edit later, which can come in really handy for repurposing your content. So here we go. We're going to go over to Audacity's website right now. And this is the page the link below will take you to. And it's simple. Pick Windows, Mac, or Linux. And it gives you the full instructions on how to install it and a link to download it for your machine. Once you do install Audacity, there's one more thing you need to do, and I'm going to put the link to this page too. You need to install this plugin called FFmpeg. And what that does is broadens the number of types of audio files Audacity can deal with. And if you do your interviews and do recordings on Zoom, this is particularly handy because Zoom records in a format called M4A, and that's what FFmpeg will allow you to do. It's a simple install. There's a good video right here that I don't see any sense in me reinventing. The guy does a nice job. So everything you need to do this installation is right here. So now, once you've got everything installed, we're going to go over to the application. This is Audacity. Open on your desktop. You're going to see a nice light colored interface. I use the dark because the more brightness on the screens that surround me here, the more you see reflections in my glasses, and I don't care for that. So I use the dark version. So here we go. We're going to set this up. There's just a couple things you want to check before you use Audacity for this first time. So go up, open up your preferences. It'll bring you to this window. There's a whole bunch of stuff on the left side, and we're only going to work on two of them. The first one is the first link. It's called Audio Settings. Three things to look at. Make sure the mic that you record on is listed here, and select it. If it's not, make sure it's plugged in. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to do a mono recording instead of stereo, because your voice, one mic, is mono. And now we're going to change the project sample rate and the default sample rate. Not sure how they come out of the box right now, but change it to 48,000 hertz on the project rate, and the default rate, change that to 48,000. Some people will say that's high, but for the most part, that's getting to be more and more the standard. The higher the number, the better the quality. Honestly, I can't tell the difference between 44.1 and 48, but more people are moving towards, so go ahead and do it. It doesn't change your file size much because in all practical purposes, all it does is increase your file size, and that little bit of a change doesn't make much difference. Once you have those things checked, we're going to go down to Interface, and we are going to check one thing on here. Well, this is where you can change your theme from dark to light or whatever way you like it. I don't know where this comes set out of the box right now, but what we want to do is click on this drop down and set it at minus 36 dB. All this does is change the range in your input meters so you can monitor your audio. Click OK. You're now ready to record. So to record, I always go up and click on this little mic icon that's up here beside these meters, because I can then select Start Monitoring, and I can see what my audio levels are going to be before I start, which is nice. You may have to reset something. If it's too high and it gets bouncing up here into the red and the yellow, you're going to want to reduce the amount of volume hitting your mic. Or if it's down here too low, you might want to boost it some. So when you go to edit, we can edit it and we can bring that volume up. But when we do that, that also increases the amount of apparent background noise, and then we have to do a little bit of noise reduction. So the best thing you can do is try to keep your recording right here smack dab in the middle of the meter. The reason we changed that, this is the setting we changed from 96 or whatever it comes from at the factory down to 36, because from the factory I found out for the most part, instead of being here in the middle and you got a nice big fat range to look at, it's bouncing around way up here at the top, and it's rather hard to just understand exactly where you're at. So it's no big deal. Now let's get to recording. Here's the meat. This is what you came here for. This is one of the easiest programs I know of to record with. There's a keyboard shortcut, and there's a red button up here that is your record button. Once you click the record button, or once you touch R on your keyboard, your track will open up and you'll start to record. I always open up the track and wait 3 seconds to give myself some play for editing. Rarely do I need that 3 seconds, but on the case or two where you need it, it's really nice to have it. It only costs you 3 seconds. So we're going to hit the keyboard shortcut R. You'll notice a track appear and you'll notice a waveform. We didn't wait 3 seconds. Ooh, shame on me. But you'll see the waveform. When you're quiet, it's flat, and when you're talking, it's there. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen this before, but at least you know you've got a good recording, and you can see your meter. You're right in the middle, right in the 1618, minus 1618 range, so you've got a good recording. To stop, come over and click the stop button, the square, or just hit the space bar on your machine. You have now recorded your podcast. I really love this program, folks. This thing is so easy, and we'll get into some editing tricks here later. We're going to show you how to get rid of some noise. We're going to show you how to get rid of big pauses. I mean, seriously, this big spot here, to get rid of this, I highlight it, I hit delete, and it's gone. I take that little bit of noise that you can see right there. We'll go up into effects, and we'll go into amplify, and we'll do maybe minus 12 on it, and watch that little thing go flat. You're not going to hear that anymore. I mean, this is really a simple program. It's really, really great. Now, the important part is now, next. Save your project. Go up to File, Save Project. Choose the folder that you want to save it in, and name it. I want to name this Test Episode 2, and click Save. You've now saved your original audio. At this point, I would start to edit. I jumped the gun a minute ago. I normally save my project out before I edit. That way I have the full, complete, undoctored, raw file to work with later if I need it. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're done editing, so we're going to save this file out for our podcast. I don't know if you upload MP3s or upload waves, but to save it as an MP3 or wave, you come down to Export and choose Export as MP3 or Export as Wave. I use MP3s, so we'll save it out. We'll name it, and I named my project Test Episode 2, so it automatically names this Test Episode 2. You can change that, no problem. You can change where it's at, no problem. And once you see that it's right and you're in the right folder, click Save. And then we put in the artist name. I put in me. I put in the name of the track. I put in the title. I just put in StreamPro 365, except I put 265. So I'll fix that now. And I put in the month and date. You can put in the complete date. I'd like to put in the complete date of when I record. Click OK. And it is now saved out as an MP3. And you did it. That's it. That's truly it. If you guys have questions, ask me. Drop them in the comments below. Or Contact me through my website, which I'll put a link in the comments, or contact me through Facebook. I'll put a link in comments. Ask me. I'm not going to hide anything. I want you to be able to do this. It really excites me that us kinds of peoples, can get our voice out there. So I'll help you in any way I can. And until next week, you all have a great day. Talk to you later.